everyone. This is Derek with Reef Automation. This is episode 12 of the GHL versus Apex series. In this episode, we're going to go over the support and warranty and social presence of both the Apex and the GHL. Go over specifically what the warranties are, how they operate their warranties. So we're going to first start with the Apex. The Apex is made by a company called Neptune Systems. They're based out of California. They're here in the United States. So for me here in Arizona, they're pretty close to me. So it's easy to get support from them when I need it. But if we go to the support tab, the first thing you're going to see is read this first. When you go to that, it's going to show you a little understanding of what is the best way to get support from Apex. If you go to the next, it's going to say getting started. It has a very intuitive way of showing you how to get started with each of their devices. So if we click on the Apex, for instance, it's going to give you what every outlet is, how to get things going, mounting, rotating, all the basics to get going, which I found to be really nice. If you go to documentation, it's going to show you all the manuals. There's also a comprehensive reference manual to show you some programming. It's a little bit outdated, but it's a good starter for most people to get going on more advanced programming. The next thing, we're going to skip over the forum for a second. We're going to go to contact support. If you contact support, they give you this ability to create a ticket. You put in your name, you put in your email, which device you have, the serial number, you explain what you need done. This gets sent to their support department, and in my experience, I usually get a response within 12 hours. I've sent them emails on Saturday, I've sent them emails on Sunday, and I get support back within generally 12 hours. What's also nice is they have a phone number at the bottom, which is open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5. So if you aren't able to get a hold of them through the ticket, which I find to be the easiest and quickest way, you can give them a call. They do have a number here at the bottom. I find that refreshing to see that there's a phone number, because as I'm sure some of you have tried to contact companies for support and don't have a phone number, it becomes very difficult to get a hold of them at times, and you generally just don't want to buy their product any longer when they do this. So let's go over to GHL. So GHL is aquariumcomputer.com. That's their website. So GHL is not located in the United States. However, they do have a warehouse and a support center in North Carolina. They are from Germany, and most of their products and most of their support is in German, so you have to get used to that. But we'll go through their support now. If you click on support, they have an FAQ at the top, and this gives you some frequently asked questions on a number of things. I do notice something interesting, as it says that it's under construction and does not claim to be complete. So I've seen this for a little while. I'm not sure when this is going to be gone, but I have seen this on here. And you can search for anything, some basic pre-sales questions, a couple other things you can look at here. They have a knowledge base now, which helps you with programming and any other support that you might need, and that's right in here. So if you have some questions on the Provolux 3, how to set up a leak detection, it gives you a step-by-step on how to do that, which is really nice. Very similar to the Apex. They do have videos as well. Most of them that are on here are from YouTube as well. Their next is going to be their downloads. Now, Apex does have the ability to update and download via firmware here. However, this is all for their older product. All of their newer product is done via the internet, which is really nice. It's very easy. Whereas with GHL, you have to download their controller software, and then you have to hook up their system, and then you have to find the firmware that you need, and then download the firmware from here, and then load it directly to it. So it's a little bit more cumbersome on the GHL side. Now, if we go to their tickets and inquiries, this is where you can create a ticket. It's very similar to the Apex. However, I did notice when I did the GHL ticket, it took them roughly 3 days to get back to me, and once they got back to me, it was someone from Germany, and it was a 1 or 2 word sentence, and it wasn't very helpful, unfortunately. And then I responded back and never heard back from them since then. So I don't recommend sending them a ticket. I recommend reaching out to them through their forum or reaching out to them through their phone number, which we're going to get to in a second. Now, if you go to GHL and you go down to the bottom to contact us, they have a phone number. However, it's a German phone number. They also have a email here. Now, if you need to get a hold of them here in the United States, you're going to want to click on where to buy GHL store. And then if you go to the bottom of this, and then you go to contact us by email or by phone, there's a phone number here in the United States, and you can get a hold of them that way. However, when you get a hold of them from this, it's more of a store. I didn't seem to find that it was a technical support, whereas Apex has a direct technical support number, which is quite different. So next we're going to go through the forums. So if we go up to support and go to community forum, this is the Neptune. And if we go to GHL and we go to forum, this is the GHL. Now I did notice while I was looking at this forum is a lot of the posts are from months ago. Some of them are a little bit newer, but I didn't see anything really that stood out to me as getting information. You'll notice it's also in German right away, so you have to click this button here to change it over to English. But again, there's a couple guys posting, but it's generally not a very active forum from what I can tell. If I go to the Neptune, I notice that there's a lot more posts that are recent. Here's a day ago, here's 2 days ago, 19 hours, so forth. So I did notice that. If I go to the bottom, it'll tell me how many members are online and how many members there are. So if I look at this, you can see there's about 3 times as many members on the Neptune than there is on the GHL. So if we go to the bottom here, you can see there's about 3 times as many members on the Neptune forum than there is on the GHL forum. So there's a lot more users from what I can tell on the Neptune systems. I don't have specifics and how many more there are than GHL, but I do notice that there's a lot more on the Neptune than there is on the GHL. Another thing to note is that the Neptune systems has a lot more Facebook groups and YouTube videos than the GHL. I found that there wasn't a lot of tutorials on the GHL. There's a few. Whereas the Apex has a lot more users posting on YouTube. So just overall, the atmosphere is a little bit different on the Apex or Neptune. I find it to be a lot more robust. There's a lot more people, from what I can tell, that use the Apex over the GHL. So we're going to go through the warranty process now. So when you warranty something through Neptune, there's a couple options that they have. So out of the box, when you first buy their system, they give you a 1-year warranty on their product. And I've noticed that that's a little lax because I've had a couple issues where I've had to send something in for repair a long time ago. And I noticed that they pretty much help you after that year most of the time. One of the biggest differences between GHL and Neptune is that Neptune offers an advanced replacement option. GHL does not offer that. So when you have an issue, within that first year, they'll send you out a new product as an advanced replacement, so you can get a product right away, sometimes even next day if you're having an issue. Whereas GHL does not have that feature or that option. You have to send your product into GHL, which is in North Carolina. Now, one thing also that I noticed is that GHL, when you have to repair something, generally they will send you parts to fix it on your own, whereas Neptune, you can send it in and get it repaired. Now, GHL does have that option as well. However, that is not the first line of option. They want to try to have you fix it on site over the phone, whereas the Apex generally will have you send their unit in. Now, of course, they do try to help you on site as well. Now, if there is something that is a defective part, generally GHL is going to send you the parts to try to fix it. Now, GHL has a 2-year warranty, whereas, like I said, Neptune has a 1-year warranty. So that's the difference between the two. So both GHL and Neptune have their own forums on Reef to Reef, and they also have Reef Central forums and all those forums out there. While looking into this a little more deeper, I found that Apex has a lot more people generally than GHL people. So that's one thing that is a big difference between the two. So there are other avenues to get support, as the sales and technical support for GHL and Apex are relatively available directly if you have their information. So since I work with both of these products quite a bit, I was able to get a hold of both of the sales and tech support guys directly through my forums. And again, that I found that to be a lot quicker way to get support. When I email them directly or when I text them directly, I do get them directly back to me, but not everyone has that ability. So I did want to mention that they do provide excellent customer service, both of the companies, if you have the right channels to get a hold of people directly. So in the next video, we're going to go over third-party integration for both of the products and go over what cables you would need and what functionality you have for any type of third-party integration. So thank you for watching, and if you liked the video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up below. Also, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you want to view the GHL versus Apex series, you can view it right here. And thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.